right, we're live. Hey, business owners, it's Tuesday. We're doing Tuesday things, which is for business owners. Coach Curtis Phelan here, results life and business coach for over 26 years. Um, I want to talk to business owners today. Here in my office who are doing everything right in their business, right? And they still feel like their income just isn't reflecting it, right? Working really hard, doing it all, doing the deal, but just man, that end of the month, or the end of the quarter, that money in your pocket just isn't reflecting the work. So because after 26 years of working with business owners, I've found that the gap between revenue and owner income, okay, is almost always explained by the same four specific things, and every single one of them is fixable without spending any additional money, another dollar on marketing, right? You're already spending money there. Let's fix it. Let's not spend more. Okay. So you've probably built your business from nothing, right? You survived the hard years, the slow months, the moments you almost quit, right? I've built several businesses. One was a car dealership with my brother in New Hampshire. Two were here. One was a tree service in Naples here. Another one was a late weight loss studio. So I understand building from scratch, tough times, winters, summers, whatever you want to call them, right? Your revenue's real now, though. Your team is real. Your business is real. And at the end of every month, the number in your account doesn't match the effort, the risk, or the sacrifice that built it. So like I mentioned, I've spent 26 years finding exactly why that happens. What's missing? And the answer is almost always never what owners expect, okay? Now, in my career, I started my career as one of the founding coaches for Tony Robbins, so I was blessed to not only coach people from all walks of life, but small startup businesses, entrepreneurs, all the way up to Fortune 100 CEOs. I would coach the CEOs of companies like Sun Microsystems, if you remember them, and things like that. And in my career of coaching business owners, I've worked with people running businesses from, like I said, 300,000 to hundreds of millions, okay, in annual revenue. And the most consistent pattern, okay, I've seen is this: the gap between what a business owner generates and what they take home is almost never a revenue problem. It's a profit architecture problem, okay? That's what I mean. So profit architecture problems are fixable without spending a single dollar extra on marketing or ad spend, okay? So I want to share what one of my business owner clients told me about 6 months into our work together, all right? So Tom owned an electrical contracting company, all right? He had been in business for 12 years, doing about $2.8 million in revenue, a team of 19. His business was genuinely respected in his market. Tom was taking home, now keep in mind, everybody watching, he's doing $2.8 million a year in revenue. Tom was taking home, right, putting in his pocket, only $94,000 a year. Now, when I first told Tom that I believed we could double his personal income without spending anything on new marketing, right? He looked at me the way most experienced business owners look at me when I say that. Like I was about to sell him something, right? Now, 6 months later, here's what Tom wrote. So let me pull this up, okay? Here's what Tom wrote. So he said, Curtis, I've been in business for 12 years. I've worked with consultants, coaches, accountants, and advisors, right? That's why he looked at me funny, because he's like, I've been there, done that, I've tried it, it doesn't work. Okay, they don't know what the heck they were doing, all right? But here's what he wrote. Nobody ever walked me through what you showed me. Okay, so I have software where we dive into the business. I literally show the business owner before they even hire me what we're going to do, how it would impact their business, everything. Okay, lay it all out in the line. There's no guessing, there's no hype, there's no fluff. Okay, and he wrote here, I had been bleeding money from 4 places for years, and I had no idea. I thought I had a revenue problem, right? Thought he had to make more revenue, increase, sales, etc. I had a profit problem. In 6 months, my personal income went from $94,000 a year to $171,000 a year. Same revenue, same team, same clients. Just 4 leaks finally closed, right? Like your business, I look at it as a bucket, right? You have revenue flowing in, okay? And then you have holes in your bucket, right? The profits are leaking out, and your bucket doesn't get to go up where you want it, right? It just keeps draining. So we need to plug some of those leaks, specifically 4 of them, okay? Now, Tom's 4 leaks were the same 4 that I find in almost every established business, all right? So his prices hadn't moved in 3 years, while his material costs had risen 16%, and his labor cost 18%, and he hadn't raised prices. Okay, now his team was offering upgrades and add-ons to about 15% of customers. So he had not contacted his customer list of over 300 accounts in 11 months. In an overhead audit, okay, turned up over $9,000 a month in services, either not fully used or priced above current market rates, okay? So none of these were visible from the outside, okay? All 4 were costing Tom a specific, calculable amount every single month. We could see it, okay? It was factual, right? And none of them required a single new customer or a single marketing dollar to fix it, right? So here are the 4 profit leaks Tom had and how we fixed each of them. So I want you to, think about your business and see if maybe, just maybe, you might want to take a look at these, all right? So leak 1 is price erosion. So Tom's last pricing adjustment, okay, was 3 years earlier. His costs were up an average of 17%. All right, his effective gross margin had dropped from 38% to about 24% on his core services. So he designed, or I should say we, right, because I had helped him, but we designed a price adjustment communication. You can't just raise prices on people, right? There's a process to do it elegantly and ethically, okay? But we created this adjustment communication, and we sent it to all 300 plus accounts. I don't know the exact number. I know it was over 300, okay? And just over 300, right? And we lost 4 of them, right? Fine. 4 out of 300 plus, right? So if it was 304, we lost 4, we kept 300. But the remaining accounts recovered over $190,000 in annual margin. So the 4 who left were his 4 lowest margin accounts, right? They probably weren't the ideal accounts anyways. And we did it ethically, so it wasn't like we just, said, see ya, But hey, you want to go somewhere else? Great. Okay, this is what the value I provide my customers. Okay, leak 2. So think about yourself in that situation. Okay, now leak 2, the upsell vacuum. All right, so Tom's technicians were completing jobs and leaving without consistently offering maintenance agreements, extended warranties, or system upgrades. Now, we wrote 3 specific offer sentences for those 3 most common job types and ran a single 90-minute training session, right? We trained, and this is the reason why they weren't doing it. They really weren't trained right. It wasn't presented right to them. A lot of them felt like it's some salesy thing I don't want to do. I'm a technician, okay? You have to make them aware of how this will benefit them and help them based on what they want, right? But within 60 days, the offer rate went from 15% to 78%. Okay, same work, same customers, same technicians, just tweaking some things. All right, Now, average transaction value increased by $340 per transaction. Okay. Now, leak 3, I mean, it's huge, right? Now, it doesn't sound, but you add that up, right? It adds up, right? Now, leak 3 is the silent customer attrition. Tom had not reached out to his existing commercial accounts in almost a year. So we built a quarterly communication, a genuinely useful, not just some generic crap, right, that you get, but a genuinely useful seasonal electrical safety checklist. Okay, and he sent it personally to every account, with his little personal touch and signature. Okay, 14 accounts that had not booked in over 6 months responded within 2 weeks. 14 accounts. Okay, so 3 turned into significant new projects for him. Huge, right? Just from little things like that. Okay, now leak 4 is the overhead creep. Okay, call it the overhead creep. So 2 hours going through every expense line. It just takes 2 hours. It's tedious. It's not fun, but man, it's huge. $9,000 a month in waste found. Software that was being paid was unused, right? Weren't really using it. We're paying for it. I'm doing that myself. I got all these AI things that I bought, and I'm not using half of them, or half of, I really only need one. Just little things like that. But vendor contracts at above market rates. So these vendors were gaffing them, right? They were getting them. One supplier relationship where a competing quote saved Tom $3,400 a month with a 10-minute phone call. And you can do that if you do it right. You can, get these vendors against each other in a way without, actually getting them together, but you can pin them against together where you can negotiate down your vendor prices, okay? So 4 leaks fixed in 90 days. Tom's personal income went from $94,000 to $171,000 with no new marketing, no new customers, same business, just making little tweaks. Percentages compound. Little percentages in a few different areas can compound. Imagine you're putting $94,000 a year in your pocket. Doing the same amount of work, you should be putting $171,000 in your pocket. Which one do you want? There's no extra work really, as you just saw. Okay, it's just knowing, right? Knowing, having that tool and knowing where to turn that nut in your business. All right. So if Tom's story resonates with you, okay, if you've been building a real business and your personal income doesn't reflect what you want it to, okay, I want to help you find your specific 4 leaks. Okay. Now the first way to do that is I have a free upcoming workshop. I call it How to Double Your Business Profit Without Spending $1 on Marketing or Advertising. And I'll walk you through the whole audit of your business, okay, live. So comment or DM me profit, and I'll send you a link to register for that. The second way is for me to personally look at your business. And we go through specific, initially 12 areas of a business. We look at specific numbers. We look at specific leaks in a specific order. I can typically show you how to double the profit in your business without spending any additional money on marketing. Okay, if you want to do that, just comment or DM double. All right, and if you don't want any of my help, but you want to learn some of this stuff and how to apply it to your business, comment or DM me book. I'll give you a free digital copy of my book. It's called The Profit Blueprint, and it'll teach you these 12 strategies that you can implement in your business to double the profit in your business without spending any additional money on marketing or advertising. So comment, profit, double, or book right now. Tom went from $94,000 to $171,000 in personal income in 6 months. That's freaking huge, man. That's huge, right? Same business, 4 leaks that we plugged, right? Your leaks are waiting to be found. Let's find them. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.